Let's switch topics. Even though I disagree with everything that you've said over the past 8-9 minutes, I don't want to fight you on it because I like you too much. But let's pick a topic that'll get us really angry. And
okay. All right.
Leon Panetta and Dick Cheney.
Sure.
Do you agree with the CIA director that it's almost as if Dick Cheney hopes Americans die so he gains a political advantage?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You believe that Dick Cheney wants Americans to die?
I want Dick Cheney to come out and say, I do not want this country to get hit, and I will do anything I can to help the president so we don't get hit.
You just said absolutely. So I want this on the record. You believe the former vice president wants Americans to die in a terrorist attack so he can gain a political advantage?
You got it, Joe. You got it. I think Dick Cheney's all about power. I think Dick Cheney is all about seeing this country go conservative on a hard right wing, and I think he'll do anything to get it that way.
Do you think that's? I must say I'm stunned. I could never imagine thinking that of a Democrat or a liberal. And even if I thought it, I can't imagine that I would ever voice that opinion, that a political opponent of mine wanted blood to be shed of Americans so they could gain an advantage in the polls.
That's Dick Cheney. That is Dick Cheney. I think he's one of the most ruthless politicians in the history of this country.
But that's beyond ruthless, Ed.
That's
beyond ruthless.
Okay.
There's another word for that.
Well, look, I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I believe.
I asked you the question.
And I got a lot of support when I said that on the Ed program. I got a lot of support overnight when I said it again. I think Leon Panetta backed off it because he probably got a talking to.
But you know, Ed, you could also say that America took down, that we plotted to destroy and kill Americans on 9/11.
Well, I don't believe that.
But you'd get a lot of support if you said that, too.
I don't believe that. You're asking me what I believe.
Right, I did.
Yeah, you're asking me for my opinion?
I did.
I believe Dick Cheney is ruthless. I believe Dick Cheney is the kind of guy that will say anything to get political power, and if I offend people by saying that, I haven't heard Dick Cheney say, I'm going to work with the president, do anything I can to help this country. You know, he's setting the narrative up so he could do, I told you so. That's my belief.
Okay. Well, what's your belief?
Well, there's some of us who believe that what the president has done regarding the CIA has made America less safe. We have these debates. John Kennedy in 1960 talked about a missile gap, accused Eisenhower of a missile gap, said that Eisenhower and Nixon had made Americans less safe. That didn't mean that John Kennedy wanted America to be nuked. I don't know. You're exactly right. I asked you your opinion. I can't imagine thinking that of any political figure, though. But again, this is, I think, I don't know, Mike. I'm passing the ball to you. It's the four corners. I'm just not willing to go there.
Yeah,
with any politician.
I hold no brief, obviously, for the former vice president.
And by the way, I've just got to say, for the record, I believe Dick Cheney's doing this because he believes, like me, some policies that have been implemented make America less weak. I sure as hell hope the president succeeds. I want him to succeed in every way, but that doesn't mean I can't disagree with him on foreign policy.
I think he's a very bitter guy. And I think he feels that the Bush administration has been badly portrayed in the first few months of the Obama administration.
Why do you think he's bitter? Because I don't think, I've met him, I don't think he's bitter.
I think he's bitter about the portrayal of the Bush administration in the first few months of the Obama administration. I think that's what he's bitter about. I don't think he's a bitter guy personally. He's a fisherman, Ed. He's an outdoors guy. I mean, you should have some, sense of simpatico with him. But I certainly don't believe that the former vice president of the United States is sitting there in McLean, Virginia, saying, oh, I hope today's the day.
Now, here's what I think.
Do you believe that?
I got to tell you,
Mike. I do. I really believe, because I think it's all about the conservatives grabbing the power and keeping. These folks hate. Well, that's just my opinion. I don't want to offend anybody.
Actually, for once. I think, honestly, let's
talk about GM. I want to change the topic. But, no, the thing is, Ed,
I just was going to make a point.
I know, you make a point. I was just joking. Go ahead.
Yeah. I really think that it would have been much better if he had made a really intense attempt to talk to the White House, not just chatting with Biden and sort of saying, I'm here, but calling Axelrod, Obama, calling and saying, I would like to talk to you all behind the scenes. I would like to share with you why I am gravely concerned. And if he did not get a response, if they would not hear from him, then he can go out and say whatever he wants because he has to. But I feel like he just went to the public arena and made some really strong statements about our president at a time when really others were being more elegant about it.
They know. By the way, when you're dealing with terrorists, I don't know if I give a damn whether my leaders are elegant. They know where Dick Cheney lives.
I wish he had worked behind, like Condoleezza Rice is working behind the scenes. A lot of other people are trying, and that's usually how it's done.
Okay.
There was something inelegant about it, but definitely not.
Seriously, inelegant
and unhelpful.
Let me tell you something.
And not useful.
Let me tell you something. Barack Obama and his supporters have been calling Dick Cheney evil for 2 years. If people called me evil, I don't think I would call him, hey, can I come over and talk? No.
Okay, but it's not about you, Dick Cheney. It's about what's good for the country. And I think going and trying to talk to the administration privately, making repeated attempts, and if then they were to turn him down, report on that. Say that. Say that. And then say what you have to say. But my gut is they would have heard from him. I'll never know.
Okay. He's been called evil for 2-3 years, and I don't know that he's going to pick up the phone and go over there and talk to him.
Well, that would have been...
Okay.
Dick Cheney is, what, 5-6 months disconnected from the latest intelligence information. He's out shooting his mouth off about how he thinks we're not safe. Guy's not credible at this point. He's got old information. He's not in on the loop.
You don't think people at the CIA aren't leaking to Dick Cheney every day?
Let's hope they aren't, Joe.
They are. They are? You can catch Ed. It gets interesting, more interesting by the day. And you can check on Ed on MSNBC's The Ed Show tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern.